Nah, look, you're not going to tell me that my great-great-great-great-great-great-grandmother was a fish, okay? There's no way that's true.
Well, you're off by a few 100 million greats, but that's basically it if you go back far enough.
No way. I was created in the image of God.
Really? So God's like a short, bald guy with a hairy back?
You know what I mean. God created humans separate from the animals.
No, he didn't.
He gave us dominion over the animals. He made us smarter.
I once saw you lose an argument to a parakeet.
Oh, shut up. I got caught off guard that one time.
You lost a debate to a bird with like a 3-word vocabulary.
Hardly.
Bested by a bird.
He threw me off, okay? Look, he clearly said chemtrails and then winked at me.
Stop it.
Oh, I don't trust that bird.
Look, all I'm saying is you're not really thinking about this. You're letting your emotions take over. Your religious beliefs are getting in the way of your ability to think straight.
Oh, come on. There's no evidence that we evolved from, what, monkeys? Come on, if we evolved from monkeys, why are there still monkeys?
Oh, not again with this stupid freaking argument. We didn't evolve from the monkeys you see at the zoo, okay? We just share a common ancestor. That's different.
Well, I don't look like no monkey.
Well, not in that suit. I mean, a monkey wouldn't be caught dead wearing that suit.
Hey, it's retro. Leisure suits are coming back,
Yeah, not in this universe. But I'll tell you what, a shaved chimp looks better in a Speedo than Cousin Paulie does.
Well, okay, but Cousin Paulie's big boned. His body wasn't made for a Speedo. I keep telling the guy to wear baggy shorts, but...
I don't want to talk about Paulie's nether regions, okay? I'm eating.
All right, you brought it up. So a fish turned into a monkey that turned into me? Is that what you're saying?
You're oversimplifying it. It's a process that took place gradually over hundreds of millions of years.
Yeah, but a fish always gives birth to another fish. It never gives birth to a fish that has legs.
Of course not. We're talking about small modifications over many generations. Slight improvements that add up over time.
How do you gradually build a leg? I mean, what good is half a leg?
Oh my God, what good is half a brain?
Exactly.
It didn't stop you from reproducing though, did it?
What? No, seriously, what's a fish gonna do with half a leg? Apply for disability?
Ever heard of a mud skipper? They're fish with modified fins that let them walk on land for short distances. It helps them hunt for food that others can't get to.
But aren't they just amphibians?
Nah, still fish with gills. They're like halfway between a fish and an amphibian. They're an intermediate species that are alive right now.
Uh-huh. And what? So next they're gonna start eating bananas, right?
No, they're not becoming monkeys. They're just fish that can breathe air and walk on land.
Right, but next you're going to tell me some fish are going to learn how to fly.
Flying fish? They glide through the air for like hundreds of feet at a time. They're a real thing. They already exist.
Oh. So what's next? Birds that swim underwater?
You mean penguins?
Penguins are birds?
Oh, God.
Penguins aren't birds. They're like little seals in tuxedos, aren't they?
What are you talking about? Of course they're birds. They're flightless aquatic birds.
But they don't have wings. They have flippers.
They have wings that they use as flippers. That's what I mean when I say small improvements that add up over time.
No way. Hey, Ma, are penguins birds?
Shut up and eat. Are you stupid? Ma che domanda è?
Sorry.
What's wrong with you? You want to get us in trouble? Calm down.
Basta, stai zitto.
I swear to God, I didn't know penguins were birds.
Well, there's a lot you don't know.
Well, it still doesn't prove anything. It just means God made some birds that can swim.
Well, and some fish that can walk.
Right, he's creative like that.
Well, for a perfect creator, he made a lot of mistakes.
He doesn't make mistakes.
Well, then I guess he handed the design job over to a drunken intern or something.
What are you talking about?
Okay, why did he give octopuses better eyes than he gave us?
What do you mean?
Our retina is backwards, okay? It creates a blind spot that our brain has to fill in. But he could have just flipped it like in an octopus's eyes, They don't have this flaw.
It's not a flaw. Maybe God wanted us to have a blind spot.
Why? So we could step in dog crap more often?
No, to teach us that, seeing isn't always believing. Get it? That's why you got to have faith.
Oh, my God. Why'd he give us wisdom teeth? Because you got to have Novocaine?
Oh, so it's God's fault that some people have crooked teeth?
No. God has nothing to do with it.
Thank you.
Because it's a result of evolution.
So crooked teeth are now evidences for evolution.
Don't say evidences. Have you been watching Ken Ham videos on YouTube again?
I like to hear both sides of the debate. I keep an open mind.
Yeah, well, your open mind turned your skull into a revolving door for nonsense, okay? One side is using scientific evidence to understand reality, and the other side is denying evidence and assuming magic instead.
Oh, that's your opinion. I see lots of proofs for creation.
Don't say proofs either. You sound like an idiot. Look, modern day humans don't need an extra set of molars for grinding their food because there's spaghetti and meatballs now, right? Caveman used to eat raw meat and tree bark and shit. They needed those extra molars for chewing.
What does that have to do with impacted wisdom teeth?
Because our jaws shrank as our food got softer, less chewing, it meant there was less need for jaw growth, so now there's no room for wisdom teeth.
But why would evolution do that? Why would it make it worse?
It's just a trade-off. As we cooked meat and got more nutrients out of it, our brains grew. So like big brains meant bigger heads, but bigger heads made childbirth way more dangerous.
So you're saying our jaws shrunk to make room?
Exactly, because nothing says intelligent design like turning birth into a near-death experience, right?
Look, painful childbirth was punishment for Eve's sin.
Oh, stop it. You're talking about fairy tales now. Snakes don't talk either, by the way.
Well, not anymore.
Oh my God, they don't have voice boxes, you friggin' moron.
Because they were punished. They also don't have legs anymore. Don't some snakes have vestigial leg bones? I mean, isn't that proof?
Of evolution, yeah.
Oh, so it's proof of evolution, but not proof of God's punishment. See, you're just biased.
Look, whales have vestigial leg bones too. When did they piss off God? I missed that in the Bible.
I don't know. Maybe they were walking around being jerks at some point.
Right. Probably refused to wear pants.
Who knows?
Maybe they were wearing that suit.
Hey, look, I'm just saying the evidence fits, okay? Snakes get cursed and lose their legs. It's in the Bible.
So you think we were molded out of dirt too?
You think we evolved from fish?
According to the Bible, God didn't make the sun until after he made the plants. So what'd they use for photosynthesis? Good vibes?
He made the sun the next day. It wasn't like they were in the dark for very long.
So you think everything was created in 6 literal days?
Of course.
Oh, you're a lost cause.
It's just a difference of opinion, that's all. I just see truth differently than you do.
Truth isn't a matter of opinion.
You're the one who keeps saying truth isn't absolute.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean the opinion that the earth is billions of years old is equivalent to the opinion that God magically poofed it into existence 6,000 years ago.
Well, maybe God designed the earth to look old, I mean, he created Adam and Eve as adults after all.
So he decided to make Adam and Eve look 18 years old and the earth 4.5 billion years old.
I don't know, maybe.
He thought that might clear things up for us, huh? Like, why did he make dinosaur bones that are hundreds of millions of years old?
Well, some people think that Satan did that in order to fool us and make us question our faith.
Oh, why did he make Satan then?
To test us, to see if we'll question our faith.
What the hell? Why would he do that? Life isn't stressful enough. He needs to confuse us to increase the chances that we'll burn for eternity.
It's about building character.
Character? It builds confusion and paranoia.
No.
If you really love me, you'll ignore all the evidence I planted that fools smart people. I guess smart people aren't allowed in heaven, huh?
It's not about being smart. It's about having faith.
It's not faith. It's divine gaslighting, okay? Don't believe your own eyes. Don't follow the evidence or you'll burn forever.
You just don't understand divine wisdom.
Yeah, well, it sounds like his divine wisdom might be impacted too, okay? Maybe, see a doctor because I think it's infected.
I said, shut up and eat. Stop arguing about penguins and Satan.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Madonna mia.
See, you got us in trouble.
Oh, shut up.